everyone. This is Tony from her Homestead Skills, and today I'm just going to do a little video on fermenting carrot sticks. And now that would be a good snack. It's healthy for the gut, and I have apparently a number of you have done ferments, and you've done quite unusual things from my perspective, like mustard seed and other items. Very traditional is your pickles and your sauerkraut. I mean, sauerkraut is the first ferment that most people attempt and do and are very successful at, and that opens the door into fermenting other vegetables. Now this year personally I have done pickles and sauerkraut and I've done beans from my garden, and yeah, somebody else mentioned that they did peppers, and I had a whole bunch of peppers, and for some strange reason didn't think of fermenting any of the peppers. I should have done so because I certainly had quite a large quantity. Now my dilemma is that I just don't have cold storage for this product when it's done, so I have to be pretty cautious how much of it I make, a little bit at a time, which is fine because that's all you need to make. Yeah, the cabbage seems to take up the most, or, you know, even one cabbage head will give you a fair amount of coleslaw. Unfortunately, I love to do a lot of pickles, and I can't, just because I just don't have the cold storage space. So perhaps I'll have to find another way to do that next year. So anyway, this is my little carrot ferment, and it's very easy to do, very easy to ferment anything. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you soon. Alright, so today I'm going to make some fermented carrots, and I'm just gonna, the nice thing about ferments is that you can just do them one jar at a time, and I certainly don't have the space in my refrigerator to have too many ferments going at, you know, multiple. If I had my cold cellar, I would probably do quite a bit at a time, but since I've only got a little fridge, or should I say an average fridge, and I already have all kinds of coleslaw and beans and pickled eggs and all kinds of things that I've made there, so I don't really have a tremendous amount of room, but I'm going to make one jar of pickled carrot sticks. So the first thing I'm going to do is start off by peeling them all. Okay, and when I've got these peeled, I will get back to you. Okay, so I've got these peeled right now, and I've got my wide mouth jar, and you want a wide mouth jar for a reason, and I'll get into that as we go along. And I'm going to cut these, trim the ends off, and then cut them approximately in half. I think that should do quite well for my purposes here. Okay. Now you can also do these shredded. You can do them a number of ways, but today I'm just going to do carrot sticks. Okay, and I have changed my potato cutter to put in the larger cut, and I'm going to try to make nice clean carrot sticks with this cutter. Yes, it's turning out quite nice. Just have to be gentle with this thing and position things properly, and they cut well. It isn't an expensive one, so you kind of have to baby it a bit. Looks like that's working out quite nice. And of course, the worry for me is that the carrots are a lot tougher than potatoes, and you don't really want to damage this unit. Okay, that's done. Now, got perfectly nice carrot sticks. I think I'm just going to pull out all the little tiny bits and put in the all the even sized sticks. Now, you also can put all kinds of spices in this if you want. I think I'm just going to add perhaps a garlic clove or two. I don't know what else. I'll double check my... I don't have any ginger. I might add ginger if I had it, but I don't believe I do. I'll double check that as well. And of course it would be fresh ginger, not... Well, I don't see why you couldn't put powdered ginger as well. Okay. And it looks like that is a good quantity to fill this jar. Really, what's important here is that the carrots do not float, that you keep them submerged underneath the brine that we're going to create. So packing them fairly tight here is not a bad idea. Okay, let's see what else we can get in there. Okay. So I've got those carrots packed in this jar. I'll get back to you in a minute now. Okay, I did find a little bit of ginger, and I've peeled it and put it in the jar. There's not a lot of it, but you probably don't need a lot. And I'm going to also add one clove of garlic to this, just to give it a bit of flavor. Okay, so now I'm creating my brine, and I've got sort of lukewarmish water. It's not hot, it's not cold, but it is warmish so that the salt can dissolve. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of salt to almost a quart. This is not quite a quart. You can add anywhere from 1 tablespoon to 3 tablespoons of salt per quart for fermentation. I seem to tend to go a little on the heavier side, and I think I have less problems with ferments that way, but it's up to you what you like. Some people are not that terribly comfortable using that much salt. Now, I'm not going to be able to fit all this water in there, I don't think, so obviously I won't be getting 2 full tablespoons of salt in that jar. Most of that has dissolved, and now I'm going to just pour it in to the carrots. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of that left, so, and perhaps I poured just a bit too much. I'm going to have to pour some out. Okay, so I just poured a bit out, And now I'm putting this little tiny jar. So it is a canning jar. It's a quarter pint, I guess, or 250 ml. Very small. Not much use for anything, but it is wonderful for this. You can use it to hold down everything beneath the brine, and that's what's important when you're making a ferment, is that everything is beneath the brine. Now I also tend to fill up the jar with water to hold it down. And we really don't have too much of anything that's floating here, so we're doing pretty good. You know, when you have things that float, you have to find a way to keep it under the brine. So at this point, all I'm going to do is find a plastic lid. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a plastic lid. I don't like to use the metal ones because they tend to corrode from the salt. And just, now you can't put this tight. And you do have, because it doesn't have any special equipment, it's just a plastic lid and it doesn't have a way for the gases to escape. You do have to burp it once or twice a day. And I also always put them in one of these containers, something to contain it and catch the excess if it tends to bubble over. So that's what I do to create ferments. It's pretty easy, no special equipment needed. You can buy special equipment if you want. That perhaps makes it easier, but well, we'll see how this one works out for me. Anyway, that's my video for today. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we will catch you on the next one.